Am I a human being having a spiritual experience, or a spiritual being having a human experience? Now, if I look at the infrastructure around me, the ecosystem around me, I would believe that I am a human being, which as a byproduct maybe sometimes having a spiritual experience. But the Vedic civilization's infrastructure was, I have to say, and now being revived by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So the Vedic civilization infrastructure was all about allowing one to experientially understand that I am a spiritual being having a human experience. Let's start. Nithyanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. I'm continuing with Samipya Mukti project and Jeevan Mukti Grantha project. So the video today is once again about these projects and my experiences. So SAKSHI PRAMANA, that would be a witness reference of this whole journey. Now, oftentimes in spirituality, there are these like big, huge experiences that one may feel like that's what we need to go for, or that's what's going to show as something tangible has happened. But for me, my journey has been all of the daily shifts and changes that have happened, which have meant a lot to me. So not necessarily, people outside may not necessarily always see those shifts, but I see them and I feel them, and I have walked miles and miles away from the kind of lifestyle I used to live. And for me, that means a lot when it comes to experiencing this whole spiritual experience, if you like. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. So it shifts the whole thing. Before, I was a human being and I was told I was a spiritual person, but I didn't quite connect with that. So anyway, so what's happening with Samipya Mukti project? If I'm very, very honest with you, I haven't sat for a longer period of time with the Mahavakya, but I do have it as my inner space. It's not something I have consciously sat down for long periods of time. I have brought to my awareness when I'm offering puja, my daily morning worship that I offer to Guru, to my Atmalinga. So I have done that, and what I am feeling as a subtle difference for me is the space of possibility and the clarity that is happening. So that's what's happened with Samipya Mukti. And then I'm going to go now with the Jeevan Mukti Grantha project, which is the Living Enlightenment book, connecting with Swamiji through the Mahavakya, receiving 2 numbers, and then seeing what is it that is there for me to have a breakthrough with, to complete with, and to move my life forward today. Like today, what are the things I can do? So I'm going to chant the Mahavakya 3 times and then ask for the numbers. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 616 749. 616 and 749. I write them down because by the time I finish reading 616, I tend to forget what the next number is, so I've written it down. So 616. Let's see what Bhagavan has to share today. Any page of the Jeevan Mukti Grantha would give breakthroughs. Any page. I am absolutely certain. So what is bliss? In life, everyone has experienced some moments of great happiness, but it has always been for a reason. It is a nice feeling, but it has 2 disturbing qualities. The feeling doesn't last, and it is the result of some cause or reason. You're happy because you got a promotion. You're happy because you were cured of some disease. You are happy because you bought a new car. The state of that happiness does not seem to remain forever. It is there temporarily, and when it changes or goes away once, again you feel pain. Only the happiness you experience for no reason at all, which does not die for any reason, is real and permanent happiness. And that is what is called bliss. Such happiness doesn't depend on anything outside of you. So I started this session. I started the video with two things. One was the spiritual being having a human experience and a human being having a spiritual experience. The infrastructure which is around us at the moment, if I'm very honest, the infrastructure around me is mainly that I'm a human being having a spiritual experience. So the what is bliss is this excerpt that I've read clearly shows that that way of existing is temporary. It is not something that is going to be long lasting. And a spiritual being having a human experience is someone like Bhagavan, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. He experientially experiences himself as a spiritual being. He is super consciousness, and he is here having on earth having a human experience, which means yes, all of the items are around him, but he's not attached. So that's the drive for the shift. The cognitive shift is from going after things to get an experience. So I was explaining to somebody the other day, and I wrote it down in my book actually. Yeah. So I'll show you. I wrote it down in my book. So you can see doing, being, and having. And the shift from doing, being, and having. So, sorry, the shift from doing, being, and having, instead of doing, being, to have something, or even doing something and yeah, that's how it is. Doing something to have something. Like, so I would work really hard to get a car so that I can be happy. This is what is, you see, you are happy because you got a promotion. So I would then be doing a lot of hard work at work so that I could have the promotion, so I could be happy. Whereas the way that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is guiding everyone as a guru is being. So who you're being matters. Therefore, what you're doing changes, and then whatever need for us to have, or for one to have, will be attracted. So if I'm being powerless, then all my work is going to be from that space, and then of course what I have will be more powerlessness. 749. 749 is, okay, so it's a kapha meditation, or pitta meditation more like. So there is a total duration of 31 minutes. Step 1, duration 10 minutes. Sit in Vajrasana, place your hands on your hips, chant the who sound. As you chant, visualize clearly a white light rising within you, going out from the top of the head and circling back into you. Continue to visualize the circling white light as you chant who. And step 2, duration is 21 minutes. So the whole meditation is 31 minutes. Continue sitting in Vajrasana with the hands on the hips. Bend down at the hip to touch the forehead to the ground. Continue to chant the who sound in this position. Continue to visualize clearly a white light rising within you, going out from the top of the head and circling back into you, just as before. So there is actually the whole Pitta meditation is here. I'll share the image so that you can see the two images for the instructions that I've just read out. I'm actually very curious. I want to do this, so I'm going to be doing that. Anyway, we shall end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for supporting. Let's end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you, Nithyanandam.